Hello, Kerr9000 here, and today I'm going to be talking about Shaq Fu. Oh, well, where to begin? Well, I suppose I'll start by telling you basically what it is. Shaq Fu is a one-on-one fighting game starring a basketball player, Shaquille O'Neal. Yes, it is as strange as it sounds. It was a Mega Drive game, or Genesis as you'd call it. It was on the Game Gear, the Super Nintendo, the Game Boy, and it was also ported to the Mega Drive. It was published by Electronic Arts, and it was developed by Delphine Studios, which, if I remember correctly, are the people who did Flashback. It's always considered to be one of the worst games ever. In fact, it's headed many worst top 10 lists, worst concept lists, worst game involving a celebrity. So we're certainly not talking any hit like a Moonwalker or anything. But not only that, Shaq Fu actually has a website, shaqfu.com. The hosts and users of this website basically have a mission statement. Their mission statement is to liberate the world from Shaq Fu by buying all the copies in eBay from eBay merchants, normal sellers, charity shops and everything, and destroying them. Basically to prevent further generations from being corrupted by this rubbish. If it's gone and you don't see it in charity shops, then you're not reminded that it ever existed. And of course, the more you buy, the more the worth of it goes up, and the more it costs, the less people are likely to bother finding out about it and trying to get it. And if you get it from somebody else and you own a copy and you destroy it, they don't have the embarrassment of actually owning it. Seldom is a game viewed this way. So I thought, seeing as I'd played The Fat Man, if anyone can remember that review, I should take a look at Shaq Fu. Because it can't be worse than Fat Man. Can it? Well, fortunately for you, and unfortunately for me, I'm going to play it and find out.
Okay, to start at the basics, Shaq Fu is a Street Fighter 2 clone. I think most people would have gathered that from even just having a look. But, you know, there's been some decent fighting game clones in the past. It doesn't have to be the only game of its type to be a good game. So, what have we got here? For a start, we've got 12 characters. All look quite different, with all sorts. You've got Shaq, you've got a voodoo person, a dead mummy, your typical old kung fu master, and, you know, it runs the whole gauntlet. I've got to admit, they're very different fighters, as, you know, personality and look-wise. You get your nice little sort of Street Fighter Fatal Fury scene of each one going, you know, woo, I'm going to beat you. And then it starts. Standard 2-round format. Fireballs, your average Street Fighter 2-esque attacks, but the jumping and the fly kicking's a little bit floaty. It's got a sort of Mortal Kombat feel to it. You're never quite sure if you're going to fly over their head or kick them in the face. You've obviously got a Mortal Kombat style sweep, as you've just seen, and Street Fighter-esque throws. It feels a bit hollow when you're hitting people. Doesn't feel any major emphasis on it. I don't know, it stutters a bit as well. It's not the smoothest running game, but you know, you can manage to hit them, you can manage to win. There's a lot worse games. They say that people say that Shaq Fu is one of the worst games of all time. Okay, when I first started playing, I jumped for the top option, which was Duel. Now, the one below is a story mode, and there is actually a full proper story for Shaq, explaining how he wanders into some old Oriental guy's shop, and he's talking about his basketball tournament, and the old guy seems to think he's talking about being a super warrior, and basically through confusion Shaq ends up being sent to be a champion to try and save some boy. So Shaq has a story, nobody else does. But, you know, I just wonder with this game, was the game just purely built around Shaq in the first place? Or was it just a fighting game with loads of different style characters? They got hold of the Shaq license and thought, let's ring it for every penny we've got. So I mean, yeah, there's the whole Shaq story and there's everything, but none of the other fighters have any connection to the real world or any real connection to who Shaq is. So he kind of does feel crowbarred in there, and I really don't know. Does it make any difference playing this story mode? No, not really. You run around a map, but you're still fighting the same people, you're still doing the same thing. So it doesn't really improve the game any. It doesn't draw from it though, so it's not that bad. It really doesn't seem to be playing that bad. Well, in comparison to things like Fat Man. But now you'll see me trying a different character. And this is where one of my problems really came into it. He couldn't attack while jumping. He does kicks that are a bit like shafts. He does some weird teleportation. But it was really hard to win with him. He just didn't seem to have the reach, and the character balancing doesn't seem that good. Yes, the characters are varied, which is excellent. But, you know, the secret to a good fighting game is balanced characters. There has to be a point to being different people. You can't just always pick one, or it descends into a mockery. Why have 12 characters if only 3 of them are good? So in conclusion, Shaq Fu's not a bad game, it's just not a good game. The problem is, it was hyped. A majorly famous star put his name on the front, and the whole premise of it just makes the game a joke. But no, this is like a bad Mortal Kombat. It's playable, but people that want to burn this obviously have not played Fat Man. That is all I can say. Thank you. See you again soon.